fake brass. If that was real brass, you're talking about close to $100, $75 worth of brass. But it's not. It's the fake fool's brass. We got her. You guys seem to like the real-time routes. What I mean by that, if you're new to my videos, is I just let the camera run, and with this high degree of mobility on this two-wheeler, it's just non-stop action. And I've chosen another college area. I've been seeing a lot of move-in garbage, a lot of cardboard boxes. I want to see move out. I'm bound to run into one move out dump, which is what I want to find. Someone's whole apartment, right? I'm gonna go this way. Just tons of apartments. This is a university strip, so it's a negative because the students aren't here yet, but they are starting to move in beginning of August. But what I'm trying to find is move out garbage. See if we can do that or not in real time for you. Bunch of hangers. Anyone need hangers? Windshield wiper fluid in that garbage can there. You know what? Let's take a closer look at this guy. Mop. A mop. What would a mop indicate to you? Move out garbage would be my guess. This looks like move out stuff. I'm gonna go with an empty closet got moved out. This is probably leftovers that a person left here, and the landlord at the beginning of August came in and just removed all the skibble scabble that the previous tenant just left because they didn't want it. Right, can you see those hangers just sitting on an empty rack in a closet somewhere? I just didn't want them. What do you think? Was I right about the windshield wiper fluid? I saw, yes, windshield washer fluid. Not wiper fluid, washer fluid. Get this straight, dude. De-icer. Alright, well, that was close. That was close, that tickled my fancy. Smell cannabis. Seeing lots of lots of brooms with dustpans for some reason. What do you think about that? Any theories behind that? Move out garbage would be my guess. Okay, I got us a printer. So I like to take these ink tanks, specifically the HP kind. It's the kind I really like. Lot these up on eBay and sell them. They go for good money. I just get a bunch of them together and put them on an auction. You know, if you wanted to be the kind of eBay seller, you know, you could take this cord right here and say it's a cord for the HP DeskJet 2755E. Right? I could list that on eBay as it is. You know, maybe I'll do that. Maybe because I'm talking about it, I'll just go ahead and do that. Right? The good thing about a video is I don't have to try to memorize the model. I can just watch the video. HP DeskJet 2755E. I'll make it a point to see if I can sell that power cord for that. Now, I don't like getting in depth with electronics. I find in the garbage, but that power cord right there should be fine. Not a whole lot that could be wrong with it, you know. Hey, that's kind of cool. Look at it. Okay, so I've got some move out garbage here for sure. Little fake cacti guy. I kind of like that. That's kind of nice. That would almost look good in my snake aquarium. I built a giant cage slash terrarium for my rat snake. He's digging it. That might actually look good in the corner or something. Okay. I've recently thrown out all my look at that soup gift set. Chicken soup, potato soup, tomato soup. Missing some kind of soup. I recently thrown out all my books I was selling on Amazon. You know, they'd been there for, some of them been there for over 10 years. They're not selling. I think I pretty much sold what's going to sell, so they're just taking up so much room. I just chunked them all. But I wouldn't mind, you know, like with college textbooks, they go out of date pretty quick. Them textbook makers, they make a fortune off selling that crap. And the way they do it is to every few years make their old textbooks basically obsolete outside of like homeschooling and stuff, you know what I'm saying? If the professors and the universities aren't telling the students to buy them, then they ain't gonna buy them en masse. So I chunked probably 500, 600, 700 books, 600 books maybe. Lots of them were duplicates, like high school algebra and stuff like that. This is close. This is a tin metal thing there. I don't know. What do you think? I kind of like those for myself. Unused, brand new, nice quality. Yeah, I might take those home for myself. Maybe later in the video I run out of room and I throw them back in the garbage. But that's not bad. That's the kind of stuff I'm looking for. I might actually, I kind of like that dustpan there. I kind of like that set by itself, you know what? That might be a good cat poop scooper. I got a cat room basically dedicated to a Bowflex and a cat poop, so I'm sure you want to know that. Well, I'm too busy yammering. So, you know, that's kitchen. That's actually a nice toaster, you know. I recently threw out my toaster oven, so that's a good quality product. That was probably used for 2 semesters. I'm gonna take that home and see if it works. That'll look good in my kitchen. That'll clean up really nice. That's a high quality item. I'm gonna say 30 bucks on that. Easy. The best thing about finding stuff like that toaster right there is, you know, say I use it for a couple years, and I could just throw it in the garbage, or, you know, take it to the scrapyard. I mean, or either. Who cares, you know? That's one aspect of this, you know, from the perspective of someone seasoned with a lot of experience, as you can find some really nice stuff, you know. And the thing about it is, you know, I talk about my stuff getting stolen a lot, or my cat's trashing it. Who cares, you know? I found it for free. Who cares if someone takes it or steals it or trashes it, or, you know, if cats piss on it, you know, just throw it in the garbage or take it to the scrapyard. Who cares? That's one thing I always tell my cats. I don't know if I've ever said it on video. My cats will claw something, you know, and I'll say, boy, you better stop trashing my garbage. You know, you're trashing my garbage, boy. It's literally impossible to trash garbage. Smell the flowers. That's one thing I always recommend for people to do. No matter who you are, what you're doing. Oh, get a sniff of that. Uh-huh. Oh. I actually inhaled some petals into my nose. Move out, or move in garbage, I mean. See all these cardboard boxes? Move in, move in, move in. Yeah, last week may have been the time where I should have came. And then in a few weeks, towards the end of August, it'll really heat up. But there's going to be so much move-in garbage, it's going to be hard to find the move-out garbage. I probably should have done this, came through here a week ago. Now, obviously, and this is probably just dumb information that most people don't care about or already know, but in a university area, it's going to be May, right? The end of April, and basically the whole month of May. You can come through here and just harvest. Get a combine and just harvest all the crap they throw out. Just massive amounts. End of April through May. Might have a little tool set in there. This might be a little socket set or something. Let's see. What was that? Oh, it's clippers. Oh, I smell human piss. I thought I'd share that with you. That's worse than cat piss. Oh, that's heavy in here too. Someone's been peeing all this. Might be that mattress. Oh, rancid sniffing. Let me get away from here. It's filthy, nasty filth, foreign filth. So far, I'm giving you a tour of move-in garbage. Yay! Oh, something, something. It's actually a really nice piece of scrap right there. It's close to, that's over a pound of aluminum with this. I might get brass breakers for that. Let's get it in camera frame real quick for you. Heavy duty brass in there. Pound of aluminum and brass, call it that. Pound and a half, what do you think? Some of that garbage is sneaky valuable. Now, if I can separate that brass off of that aluminum, you're talking about, you know, a pound of aluminum and, you know, maybe 30 cents of brass. You know, that's 60, 70 cents just laying there. I mean, oh. I mean, it sounds stupid, but, you know. If you saw 3 25-cent quarters laying together on the ground, would you pick them up? I mean, would you be happy? Yeah. 75 cents and just a few seconds of labor it takes you. You're talking about what price? $200 or $300 an hour, you know. I mean, obviously you can't do that for an hour, but you did it for a few seconds, didn't you? garbage. The tour continues. I'm gonna get up here to a kind of a different area where there's a lot of just non-students mixed into the apartment buildings. I'm about to get up there here pretty quick. This area here is heavy university students. So let's see. The university is about a quarter mile behind me right now as I speak. We're gonna go that way. These rock parking lots are awful. That one was actually compacted down pretty good. So I didn't get the time, did I? When I start this, probably 2:30. Let's just say 2:30. It's 78 degrees. First week of August in Arkansas. I'm wearing a sweatshirt. Truly magnificent weather. See, the thing is last week it was close to 100, and a cold front moves in. There's something about when a cold front moves in, particularly when the sun goes down here later tonight, the air, it just feels silky, right? There's something about an intense cold front in summertime when it's hot, when it moves in. Everything just feels silky smooth, just like you're driving around in satin. It's just like everything in the world feels right, and this is a wonderful feeling. It's not like it's not normal, right? It's not like, you know, spring or late summer. It's a totally different feeling. It just feels magnificent. I'm sure driving a motorcycle makes it much more intense as well. You know, something about the humidity and I don't know what it is. It's wonderful though. Ugh. Tie down strap in there, but it's sitting in a lagoon of scum water. Oh no. I just ran something over. Squirted, what is it? Hot sauce. Taco Bell hot sauce. See, look. I know my Taco Bell, baby. I squirted right on my leg and my shoe. Look at that. Nasty. Dang it. I need to pay attention to where I'm driving. Oh, okay. I wonder if the GoPro picked up the sound. It popped. Sprayed me with hot sauce. That's disgusting. Yuck. That's better than a bag of dog poop or something. I squirted dog poop. I was happy to smell that hot sauce. At least it's a friendly smell. Nice little bits. Yeah, like that. Looks good. You should notice a change in the garbage from here on out for the rest of the video. Can you see what I'm talking about? We've shifted from basically all college student move-in garbage to more of a residential. Now this place will be crawling with college students as well, but there's everyday people living here as well. As you'll notice, the parking lots are much fuller and everything. Oh, look at that. Oh, I caught that out of the corner of my eye. That's not good. screen TV. That's a fairly older one. There's some good scrap bits in that thing if you wanted to take it home and open it up. Hey, this place, that's interesting. You don't see many apartments doing that. They're actually holding back cardboard as well. Huh. It's not a total mess. They're actually doing it in a fairly, actually real organized, good looking way. Huh. Get out of there before someone comes screaming at me. You steal my recycling! There's a little something something. I got a rock in my shoe. Pardon me. What do we got here? Ooh. Ooh. Is that more? What's with the eggs? Look at this. Oh, it's not eggs. Natural chunk chicken breast in water. Best if used by November 27, 27. You know, I don't like to advertise that, but I will take those or maybe some of those home and open them up and maybe feed them to my animals. That poultry can go bad, and even in 78-degree weather. Sitting in here. Uh-oh, we might have something special here. Oh, what is it? It smells danky. Uh-oh, mystery box theater. Oh shoot. It's heavy. Kind of sounds like rocks, but you know, $2027. That's not very old. I'm about as smart as a box of rocks. Some of these are pretty interesting, though. Any arrowheads in here? I could use some of these for my snake setup, and my turtle setup, and a piece of steel. Huh. Nice like flint. It's almost like flint. Some of them almost look like arrowheads. I don't think they are, but I have a couple of these. I'll have a couple of those. Thank you very much. Those will go well. And my reptile habitat. Interesting. They've poked holes in it, almost like they had a critter in there at some point. Oh. Okay, what's this? Kitchen stuff. I'll take some of this for scrap. Look at that. Candle. Oh, I'll have the scrappy bits. I'll take the scrappy bits. You guys can have the rest of the... Insert your own rhyming word there. Okay, well, so... You know, I mean, it's a flyer. I'll take half of them. They were in the garbage, so they're probably in there for a reason. Maybe my dog might want to have a sniff at it. The thing is you just don't know. No matter what kind of food it is. What is that thing? That's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was. Oh no. Huh. That's broken. I really don't want to deal with something like that anyway, but what's it made out of? Steel. Let's just put that back in its happy home. And no matter what kind of food it is, you just don't know until you open it up. And there's also the possibility that that's been recalled, and for all I know, it has pieces of shredded metal in there from a conveyor belt in the factory that got screwed up, you know, or glass shred, you know. There's just a myriad of possibilities that'll keep you up at night if you get enough knowledge about the subject. Farkle. I'm almost tempted to stop using the term farkle. Let me know in the comment section if I should just start calling it cents and money. Are you farkled out? Look at this. Look at that. Oh. Farberware. Usually when I toss these, they're almost never been used, which appears to be the case here. I might have a couple of these for myself. The rest will go to the scrapyard. I kind of like that one. Oh, I definitely like that one. A little steak knife. The rest of these are gonna go to the scrapyard. I'm keeping the steak knife for myself. What do you think? I think this is like a gift that somebody got. And if I'm not mistaken, they've probably never, ever been used a single time. If the complete set was there, I'd probably just take them home, wash them, and see if they're worth money on eBay. Now, there's one thing you got to watch out for. In this case, you want to point them down. Don't be a moron and just dump them in there like a clown. Apparently, I'm trying to rhyme. Someone called me Dr. Seuss the other day. That's a compliment, isn't it? see if my green turkey breast and eggs, green eggs and ham, green eggs and rotten turkey breast. See how that goes. All right, see how we're running into some better stuff. Like that's why I was wanting to get up this direction. The further away from the university, the better it's gonna get at this current time and history. I don't want to start collecting all that. You go there, you go there, you come with me, little piece of copper. What are we doing here? You can go back, grow up for another day. Whatever that means. I guess it's not a fish, so. Okay, put these here for now. move out rubbish. Yuck. Dirty skivvies. Skivvies? Skivvies. From here on to the end of the video, it's going to be about a dumpster in less than a minute. From here on out, it's just going to pound out the dumpsters right here right now, unless there's something good and I have to stop. That's just going to be non-stop dumpster checking to the end of the video at this point. It's really laid out well right through here. Whoop. Somebody beat me to it. Oh, they're taking it apart. Hello. There's a little something something. There will be a really nice heavy transformer in this guy, if I'm not mistaken. What is, oh, is it? What is it? Yeah, there's a decent, there's like a 5-pound transformer in that. Right there. Oh, it's bigger than that. See that chunk? That's close to 10 pounds. 7-8 pounder. Have that all day long. The transformer inside of there is worth about $2. The rest of the scrap metal is worth about 10 cents. They're really easy to take out. It's just normal screws on these guys. So there's another cord. You know, you can keep track of it. Sell that cord on eBay for the LG TV model. You would eventually sell it, but there's just too many. If you get into doing something like this, there's just too many niches you can go down, right? There's just a point where you just have to stop doing stuff. You know, you could do this and you could do that, and I could take all this electronics apart and sell every little part on eBay, which is a great idea if that's what you want to specialize in, you know, but there's just too much stuff to do. There's probably 100 different niches you could flow down, you know, and make a living off of in this whole general area. I know in the past I've said I wouldn't do that and I don't do that, bong, 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 and people take exception to it, but there's just so many different things you can do. Like selling a shoe if it don't have no dog poo. that just a couple loose wires, or what are we dealing with? Oh. That's not bad. That's, it doesn't look like much, but I can tell you that folks right there is going to be about $3. A little more than that, maybe. Oh, head rush. Oh, sheesh. That's a nice grip right there. Insulated #1. About $2 a #1 copper insulated there. Is that copper? What is it? No. I was hoping that'd be copper, but it's just a piece of steel, so that's almost worthless. But we'll have that guy just for the heck of it. And plastic is and glass. I didn't know I had that in my hand. That's interesting. Get off there. Jeez. So if this place was open, I wouldn't be doing this right now. But we're not. So oh, jeez. What is it? This little tiny dumpster's giving me a head rush. How is that possible? Okay, so fingerless gloves. A lot of that wire has water on it, as you saw. There's water in the bottom of that, and there's water on the most of that insulated copper wire and that aluminum. More needless information from VidVulture. But my gloves are dry. My gloves did not get wet. My fingers got dirty and wet. And now they're clean and dry. And I'm not driving around with filthy, disgusting full finger gloves. You ever see this homeless people in like movies and stuff out on the street in the big cities? They'll be wearing fingerless gloves, like on the subway, you know, those movies scenes. That's real. There's a reason why homeless people wear fingerless gloves, if anyone cares. I think someone got the cord off this guy already. they are. Looks like we've got quite a bit of move-in garbage here again. Although that needs to be looked at. That looks like a closet leftover dump. Don't move. Stay. Stay. Good boy. That definitely needs to be looked at closer because that's an Xbox controller that's going to go on eBay and sell for quite a bit of money, folks. Lottie-dottie. That's what I'm looking for. This is just a little leftovers from a closet. Like the new people have moved in. See the boxes? This was left probably sitting in a closet. That's not a bad shoe. We got a match for that guy. Yeah, that's actually sellable. Those are sellable for sure. Good shape on those Nikes. What kind of shoe is it? Size 12 something. There we go. Happy home for the controller. Boom. That's how it's done. That's what I wanted to show you in this video. At least I got a taste of it for you. Use a couple highlighters around the house. I'll have those. Come in handy one day. What's this? You know, that could be a whole video game console sitting down there. HDMI cable. Let's see if it's more than a skibble-scabble closet dump. I think I'm right, but you never know how far down this might go. That's nice. Hey, you know what? I need a lamp like that. That's a nice little reading lamp. I'll have that. That's nice. See the little filter on there? It's going to be a nice, soft filtered light. Nighttime reading. Good, good, good. Okay, I'm liking the cords. Liking the cords. What is that? Astro. Those two things right there could be worth some decent money. What is that? I thought that was weird. It's a magnet. Sweet keychain magnet. Haha. Perfect. Tech Digital. So I'll take a flyer on some of this, try to sell it on eBay. It's just battery change. Where was I? Oh, and you just do this for a while. Like I would try to sell that on eBay. Yeah, if it's worth some good money. There's just certain things. Let me get this back in here. You just get a feel for it after a while. Like there's not a whole lot that could be wrong with that, even though I can't really test it out. Although the power adapter's not there, might be there. Well, now see, you don't know its backstory, you don't know its history. But I'll take a look at those. I could sell them for parts or repair on eBay and say maybe it works. I don't know. You want to take a flyer, dude? $10 for this $50 item, you know. However that might play out, but I'm digging this, man. This could be something down here. Oh, it's just in this blanket. It's kind of nice. It's got this blanket. They wrapped it up in a blanket and a ball and dumped it in here, so there's a blanket underneath the whole thing, which is cool because it's going to stop stuff from falling down. That's a nice little Columbia sportswear. That's a nice little jacket. You know what? That's nice, folks. I could sell that. I'm pretty sure that's a $20 bill, unless I'm mistaken. I don't think it's been used at all. There's a tore up pair of Nikes. Uh-oh. Oh. Is that case worth anything? The case is probably worth something. I like the little carabiner guy. I'll have that. Those come in handy for who knows what. And 5 years from now, it'll find its way to the scrapyard. What is that? K-pot, Korean barbecue, a hot pot. Uh-oh. Vision works. I listed a pair of Ray-Bans the other day on eBay. I didn't know they were vintage. They called them shooters. A little circle in the middle of the frame. Over $100 went for. Thought that was pretty spiffy. They're just laying on the floor on one of my storage units when I cleaned it out. Some of this stuff is garbage, and some of it is $100 bill. Nice little shirt. It's a little big for me. I need some new work shirts. Pit stains. That's like a little pair of waterproof pants. A little small for me. Put it out for an indicator though. Oh, I thought that might get better. There's a shoe. Someone might want them Nikes. This has got something in it. Oh, there it is. No, it doesn't. It's got something on it. Alright then. That's just a taste. A little tasty taste. Couple little tastes of move out garbage. Tasty tasties. I don't know. You think I just made $100 right there? You know, I mean, obviously it's gonna take labor to list that stuff and sell it, and you know, blah blah yada yada. But what's that? I'm not up to date on the wireless Xbox controller. That's two $20 bills, isn't it? That's probably a $20 bill, isn't it? I don't know. I'll know later. Always pick up your mess. Do your fellow scavengers a favor and pick up your mess. Oh, on clothing you want to check the pockets too before you throw it in your car. Might be a ball of crack in there. No, officer, I swear. I just found that big ball of crack in my pocket of this clothes that you don't know I just found in the garbage. No, really. Well, we'll come back to that. We'll do that last, I suppose. But you know what? I'm filling up, so I don't want to do any backtracking. We'll take care of this now. Look at that. Someone's taking apart keyboards. This is interesting. You don't see that every day, but the way the prices are going up. Oh, what were they doing? They're not taking apart keyboards. No, they're not after the Mylar. See that right there? That contains silver. Now it has to be refined, but it's worth a lot more than it used to be. I remember like 6, 7, 8 years ago, I was saying that it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. That's worth it now. I wish I'd have been stacking keyboards a long time ago. That's probably 3 times more, 4 times more valuable, 3 times anyway, triple. I'm not sure what they were doing there. That almost looks like it was just squished with something. Huh. Almost looked like it went through some kind of compactor or something. Hey, you know what? Is that a really cool old sign? I almost drove off without looking at that. What is it? Is that $100 bill? Oh, this thing's gonna fall over. It's too heavy. Stay. What is this? Entrance. I thought it said welcome. Shoot, it's bent through the whole bottom of the dumpster. Oh, no, that ain't coming. Entrance. I guess it didn't say welcome with a C there, did it? Welcomes. DJI. I think that's a drone. It came off of a drone, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it's not very magnetic now. Huh, weird. I think it's lost its magnetism. What was that thing sitting on? Was that thing sitting on something magnetic? It's barely magnetic anymore. When I first set it there, it stuck good. Huh. What do we got there? Looks interesting, but it's a bunch of garbage. There's a painting down there. Oh, that's another thing. If you're out there doing this kind of stuff, one thing I regret not doing a lot sooner is taking the artwork. I've got some really nice, probably valuable artwork, and I know that in the past, oh, there's a bunch of, in the past, I passed up countless pieces of artwork, and some of them were really good. So I'd like to tell you to take the artwork. You never know for sure. Sandy something O'Brien. Sandy O'Brien. That one's 5 years old. I guess the rest of them are about the same. So these aren't really anything great, but they're interesting. That one's pretty cool, right? What if she becomes a what if she becomes a super famous artist 20 years from now? You know, you just never know. That could be $1 million painting. Isn't that just so stupid? You know, so I'll hang on to these. Those are good enough in my opinion to hang on to. That's someone that is advanced. Now they're real basic and simple, but that's someone that knows what they're doing. I might actually hang that in my art room. That one's pretty good. What do you think? The year is 2040. Sandy O'Brien's having an art exhibition. Sandy O'Brien art exhibition, downtown New York. One of the most contemporary famous painters in the world. Oh, really? I got 4 of hers in my attic. Each worth $5 million. Simply because they were, when she was just starting out, and they were thought to be lost. Right? Oh, that's not what I want to do. Sorry. Hi, I'm here. This is a strip club. I've found some smelly little dollar bills in here before. That came out the wrong way. Like smell like perfume, that is. Sometimes I misspeak. It's hard to imagine how bad I am, stupid I am. Why do you gotta be so far from the curb? This one's a little better. scavenger on a bicycle right there, see him? He might have been putting up a lost pet sign on a dumpster. Actually, for some reason, this neighborhood, the whole time I've been doing this, is just coated with lost pets, cats and small dogs mainly. I think it's because this creek runs through here, and I think it's because there's fox and likely coyotes that run the green belts around here. Once you get outside of the city, it's basically wilderness, lots of woods. I think these people's cats are getting eaten. You know, speak of the devil, there's a cat right there getting bombarded by mockingbirds, it looks like. See him? Now he's hiding under there. I've always kind of thought that might be what's going on. Fox and coyote coming through this. That's the creek right there. It's a green belt during the summertime. It's a lush green belt that hooks into the forests and stuff. I think they come down here and hunt. Find anything good?
That's cleaning supplies, basically.
Whoop. Take a peeky bit. I smell more human urine. I probably shouldn't use the word piss, huh? Is urine more acceptable than piss or pee? They smell the same. But when I see Zale's box with things rattling around in them, I will put up with it for a little while. Poontang. Oh, $148. Huh? And this is the stench of urine is overwhelming. Brilliance fine jewelry. So I'm wearing my bifocals. I can get a decent look at that. Let's see. That's clearly attached to that chain. So I'm thinking 24 karat gold. I can't see anything on there. I don't see where it's marked. But that price tag's not just laying there. That's hooked around the. I must say that's gold. I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it in my damn pocket. And stop showing the whole world back there that I just found a $150 piece of 24 karat gold. I'll need to verify that at home later with the eyepiece. See what I'm talking about? When you least expect it. I'm just in this nasty rubbish with this stinky ass, excuse my language, some fashion jewelry. I lot fashion jewelry up and sell on eBay. It sells every single time immediately. Glueless lace for lace wig. That price tag was clearly hooked to that chain. It was fastened around a loop of the chain, and it did say $148. Wham bam, thank you, Sam. The note on there says, I hope you can wear this, or something or other. It was a gift. It was a gift from a man, and she didn't take the price tag off of it. This might be a stripper. Speaking of strippers, I might be careful getting seen going through the garbage like this. You never know who you could be dealing with. I gave a little spiel about strippers earlier. This could be a stripper's bag.
Anything good?
Some decent stuff. What you looking for?
I got kids.
You got kids?
That's a nice size guy.
There's like
Ew, no, never mind.
stuff like that. I think it's a stripper's bag.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, those are not bad.
No, this is a stripper bag. I really do want it.
I think it's a stripper bag. You know, actually, what am I doing? I can sell those. What the hell am I doing? It's not bad Nikes. People around here should want a pair of Nikes like that. I don't think I can sell those Nikes for more than it's worth. Oxford blue. I'll put up with the stench of human urine for pieces of gold that say $148, folks. That just makes my day, you know what I'm saying? The Xbox controller is no longer the gem of the video. It's taking second place by a considerable amount. Now it's $148 retail. Scrap value, you know, it might only be 50 bucks. That's a nice chunk. If that's all gold though, that's probably $100 bill at the scrap. You know, and who knows, that's the thing about gold. Like I was talking about those circuit boards earlier. The price of gold is just going through the roof. So if that was bought, say 10 years ago, $148, that could be a $300 piece of gold, you know. That could have doubled. That could have doubled. So that could be $200. I got someone eyeballing me. Sit. They are eyeballing me. I think this is her stuff. I'm gonna get the hell out of here before they tell me to put it back and say, where's my gold chain? My name's Bennett. I wasn't in it. Well, I was, but I'm not here anymore. Adios, amigos. find now. I was told to stay out of that complex a long time ago, so if you're wondering why I never go down there, if you watch my videos. I mean, it depends on who's telling you to get out, right? Management, owners, or just some random person that lived here 12 years ago, right, for 4 months and then moved across the country, and they're in, right, they live 1,000 miles away from here now, you know. Whoa. You know, there's different levels of it, you know. There's a tenant that lived here for 6 months, 12 months, 15 years ago that told me I'm not allowed to be here. And they moved 14 years ago. Right, and they live 3,000 miles away from here right now. Do I still need to honor what they say? You know? Now it's an owner or a manager specifically saying this and that, you know, it's just, the golden rule to this, if you want to try this yourself, is if someone tells you to leave, just don't bat an eye. Just instantly go back to your vehicle and get behind the driver's seat or handlebars and just friggin' leave right away. Right? If there's no sign, you can always come back some other time. You know, you don't know who you're dealing with. Is it just a tenant? Is it your competition? Is it just some jerk telling you to leave because they want the dumpster for themselves? You know, you just don't know who it is. Right, but I had a manager, long story short, a manager came sprinting out of that office one day when I was in there, just ran up to him and said, "You're not allowed to do that." So that, right? I seen him come out of the manager's office, or not sure if it's an office, but he said he was the manager anyway. He meant business, so I stay out of there, long story short. stay out of that place one time. That's like 15 years ago. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments section. What do you think about the time? You know, an apartment manager told me to stay out of a certain place 15 years ago. Let me know, do you think there's an expiration date to that kind of stuff? You know, the rule of scavenger's etiquette. Am I allowed to go back into that place 15 years later? I mean, that manager is likely long gone from there. Some managers, like there used to be a maintenance guy at this place. He used to set out scrap metal for people to come and get. He'd set it behind the dumpsters. You know, there's just, is there a manager like that now that's cool with it now? So can I go back? What do you think? Is there a term limit for an apartment manager to tell you to stay out? Ooh. That's interesting. I think it's all steel. There's some plumbing in there. Shoot. It's gonna fall. The kickstand on this bike's a little shorter than my previous bikes. Stay. Good boy. Ouch. Now, there might be a copper pipe stuck to the bottom of this thing. That's what I'm looking for. That's brass. That's worth messing with. It's gonna be a hard time for me to separate that. I'm gonna have to go through the brass, but that's $5 minimum. That's probably $6-7 worth of brass. So, oh, there's more stuff down there. Oh, there's two of them. It's too bad that's not a copper pipe. You don't see, I don't see a whole lot of steel water lines. Huh. I wonder if it's because I know this place during the winter time, several storms have busted the copper water lines. I wonder if that's why they're using steel and brass. What you got down here for me? Filth, floor and filth. I was hoping to see copper, but I'll take what appears to be $10 to $15 worth of brass. do you think, folks? Video got a lot better, huh? It's just how it is sometimes. There's $1's worth of insulated copper right there. This is all brass. This is all brass. From there down, it's all brass. Every bit of that's brass. Actually, it could be 20 pounds worth of brass. It's heavy stuff, heavy duty stuff. I'm filled up. This route's not over with. I'm pretty well filled up. Pretty well filled up. How's that gonna ride? Okay. Got my coat dirty, but that's alright. Got the shoes. Magoo shoe. Okay. There we go. I can still hit some more dumpsters. That might be $30 worth of brass. It's hard telling with that steel pipe on there how much it weighs. That's heavy duty stuff. I'm gonna claim 20 bucks. That's $20 worth of brass right there. I'm gonna be like a real vulture from now on. We're just gonna fly by. Let's see if something catches my eye. There's a microwave behind that dumpster. Did you see that? The same maintenance man still might work here. I don't know. Look behind the dumpster. See that? That could be someone else putting that there too, though. Actually, I think that's it. That is it. That was the end. I did this route a little wonky than normal, but that's it. That was the end of the route. No, it's not it. No, it's not it. We got one more place to go. I can't. I need to come in from the left. I'm gonna run the rest of this backwards from what I normally do. Bye bye. Something catch my eye. If they were filled up with garbage, I could fly by. You know, I don't think I'm gonna mess with that one, with the giant bricks and stuff on the lids. That thing's been taped down there. I wonder what the deal is with that. It's strange. That's strange looking. You know what? Hate has no home here. See on the side of the dumpster. I don't think I'm gonna dismount. I don't feel like reversing. Last dumpster. Drum roll, please. There it is. Final treasure of the video. 10-cent piece of aluminum. What do you think about that? Easy there, sizzle tits. You ever watch Steve Carell? The movies with Steve Carell and them guys, that crew of people. A lot of those movies they make these days are just basically all ad-libs. Sound like something he'd say, doesn't it? That's gonna wrap it up. Not gonna be much of not going to be much of a review, actually. You saw it. That was about a 2-hour video. It took about 2 hours to find that stuff. Shoot. I don't know what to say, how much it is. That's going straight on eBay right away. With this, I might sell it for parts or repair, simply because I don't know if it works. That way, if there's a problem, they won't give me negative feedback on eBay. And having an open eBay account is much more valuable than selling a controller. So I won't get as much money for it, but selling that for parts or repair. And then in the description saying it probably works, I can't test it out, you want to take a flyer on it, blah blah, selling it for parts repair, yada yada. Those shoes, I think I can probably sell, maybe not for much, maybe $5–10 profit. Maybe I just put those on the curb eventually. Those I think I can sell, $10 profit when it's all, you know, after fees and shipping, $5–10. That gold, I said I wasn't gonna do a review. You saw it. I'm trying to think how much this could be. Say that scrap gold. You know, I don't know how much that scrap gold could be. $100, could be 200, depending on when they bought it. Let's just say scrap gold is 100. Say I can get 20 profit for that. That's 120. That's 20. That's 140, 150. Each one of these paintings worth $5 million in a couple of decades. I got myself a new toaster I'm gonna use for myself. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This is one of those ones where I just don't know its value. 120, 140, 150, maybe $200 in 2 hours it took me. It's $100 an hour. Now this is a Sunday, Sunday's the best day to do it, but you don't know. I could go out Monday and beat this, you know, or tomorrow I make 20 bucks an hour. You know, it's just, there is no rhyme or reason. Obviously, finding that right there was the kicker. Right, that's just a wonderful sight. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching. Yo, Tommy. What's up, Chris? 10 karat yellow gold oval medallion. It's a bracelet made in 2002. This might be kind of interesting. I do believe it says it's made in 2002 is what that means right down there. Cat 2002. Can you see that? Here's the gold chart since 1996 to current. So the thing about this, if it was made in 2002, gold was worth about $300. Today, gold is worth $3,300. It's 10 times more valuable as when this was made. So that probably sat in someone's closet for 23 years. And now it's 10 carats, so that takes down the profit. But I did the numbers, and it's going to be about $38 a gram for yellow gold at the scrap prices. Like if I took this to a pawn shop and they just gave me scrap prices, or a gold dealer. Now it's broken, so if it wasn't broken, I could probably sell it on eBay for a considerable amount of money. I'll probably put this on eBay just as scrap gold, and so it's about $38 after fees and, you know, the pawn shop's cut that they take, you know, the scrap gold dealer's cut. It's gonna be about $38 profit per gram, and I think that's about 3 grams. So it's going to be about $115, give or take. Now, if it's 4 grams, I'm having a hard time holding on to it. If it's 4 grams, I want to try to show it to you. Let's just set it down. If it's 4 grams, it's going to be about 150 bucks. I don't think it's 5 grams. I think it's pushing 3 grams. It feels like it's close to 3 grams. Now, I'm not sure. But there it is. It's at least a $100 bill. Just scrap gold. So I think the way I'm going to sell it is I'm going to put it on eBay in an auction and just let the free market decide its value. You know, there might be people out there that make their own jewelry and stuff that will pay more because of the Mary medallion there. And so I do need to get a weight on it before I put it on eBay. I also did find the marking. It's also marked on the bracelet, 10 karat, made in Peru.